What happens when the Las Vegas Raiders are suddenly forced to make emergency changes to their roster? Well, Raiders fans, it's happening now. With the recent injury to their star defensive tackle Christian Wilkins, the Raiders find themselves scrambling to fill the gaps left behind. What does this mean for the team's defense? And who are the new faces stepping up? Today, we're diving into the latest Raiders news that's got everyone talking. If you're a true fan, you don't want to miss this update on the Raiders today. Stick around to find out who's been called up and how these changes might impact the upcoming games. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. The NFL is no stranger to unexpected turns. And for the Las Vegas Raiders, the loss of a key player can be a game changer. Imagine going into a crucial stretch of the season and suddenly losing your defensive anchor. That's exactly the situation the Raiders face as Christian Wilkins, their star defensive tackle, has suffered a Jones fracture in last Sunday's battle against the Broncos. It's a serious injury that puts him on the sidelines for an extended period. The Raiders have responded swiftly, knowing the stakes are high. Wilkins' absence is a blow that not only impacts the defensive line, but also the entire team's dynamic. It's not just about losing a player. It's about losing a leader who brings experience, strength, and strategy to every down. In his place, the Raiders have made significant roster moves, ensuring that the defense remains as formidable as possible under the circumstances. These changes aren't just routine. They're a calculated attempt to stabilize a shaken roster. The team has promoted Matthew Butler, their fifth-round pick from the 2022 NFL Draft, from the practice squad. Additionally, they've acquired Zach Carter to fill Butler's previous role. But what does this really mean for the defense going forward, and can these players rise to the occasion? Let's break down the moves and their potential impact. Losing Christian Wilkins is no small issue. His presence on the field has been a cornerstone of the Raiders' defensive strategy. A Jones fracture is a complex injury that can take months to heal, leaving the Raiders without their star player for a significant stretch of the season. As fans, we understand that every game counts, and missing a player like Wilkins could change the trajectory of the season. In response, the Raiders acted fast. They've placed Wilkins on the injured reserves list, a move that allows the team to bring in fresh talent while Wilkins recovers. It's a strategic decision aimed at minimizing the disruption to their defensive line, but it's also a reminder of the volatility of the NFL. Injuries happen, and teams must adapt swiftly to keep their competitive edge. The question remains, will this reshuffling provide the stability the Raiders need to maintain their defensive dominance? The team's management has shown confidence in their young talents, but only time will tell if these new additions can fill the significant void left by Wilkins. The coming weeks will be a crucial test, not just for the new players, but for the entire defensive unit. Matthew Butler's elevation from the practice squad is an exciting yet daunting challenge for the young player. Drafted in 2022, Butler has shown flashes of potential in his limited appearances over the last 2 seasons. He's recorded 6 tackles and a half sack, an achievement that came in a memorable matchup against Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. For Butler, this promotion represents a pivotal moment in his NFL career. It's not just about stepping up to fill a gap. It's about proving that he could be a reliable force on the Raiders' defense. This isn't just another practice game. This is the real deal, and he must rise to the occasion if the Raiders hope to keep their defense solid. However, with great opportunity comes great pressure. Butler will be joining a defensive tackle group that includes veterans like Adam Butler and John Jenkins, players who have been crucial for the Raiders this season. The team's success now partly hinges on Matthew Butler's ability to integrate quickly, perform under pressure, and, hopefully, leave his mark on a defense that is hungry for success. The addition of Zach Carter brings another layer of intrigue to the Raiders' defensive lineup. Originally drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals in the same draft class as Matthew Butler, Carter is no stranger to the demands of the NFL. His track record includes 2 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, and 1 full sack composed of 2 half sacks. A decent start for a young defensive tackle. Carter's career, though, has been one of ups and downs, and joining a new team midseason is no easy task. He must quickly adapt to the Raiders system, build chemistry with his new teammates, and prove that he can be a valuable asset on the field. For a player in his early career, this is a defining moment. Either he becomes a key contributor or risks becoming another footnote in the NFL. The Raiders are banking on Carter's potential, and fans should keep an eye on how he performs in the coming games. His integration into the defense will be critical, and his performance could shape the outcome of not just the next few matches but the entire season. The Raiders have made a bet on youth and talent. Now, it's time to see if it pays off. With Christian Wilkins sidelined, the Raiders' defense will need its veterans more than ever. Adam Butler and John Jenkins are now tasked with leading a defensive line that has become a mix of youth and experience. Butler, who has been credited with the third most solo tackles at his position, will likely carry the bulk of the responsibility, especially as he continues to apply pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Jenkins, another seasoned player, has been equally essential. Not only has he been credited with 9 solo tackles and 3 pressures this season, but his impact goes beyond the numbers. Jenkins' experience brings a stabilizing presence, crucial for a defense that must adapt quickly to changing circumstances. However, the pressure on these veterans is intense. They must not only perform, but also mentor the young players stepping up, like Matthew Butler and Zach Carter. The balance of experience and youth will be put to the test, and fans will be watching closely to see how this mix unfolds on the field. In the unpredictable world of the NFL, the Las Vegas Raiders face a crucial test. The injury to Christian Wilkins has created a challenge, but the team's swift response shows their determination to stay competitive. From promoting Matthew Butler to bringing in Zach Carter, the Raiders are adjusting their defense to withstand the storm. It's an exciting yet uncertain time for Raiders today. Can these new additions live up to the expectations and fill the void left by Wilkins? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. Fans will be eagerly watching each play, each tackle, and each defensive stand. The new faces, paired with veteran leaders like Adam Butler and John Jenkins, have the opportunity to make a difference. If you're a Raiders fan, now's the time to rally behind your team. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for the latest Raiders news, and let us know in the comments who you think will step up in Wilkins' absence. Let's keep the discussion going as the season unfolds, and together, we'll see if the Raiders can overcome this obstacle and continue their pursuit of victory.